intertwine, ancient obsidian pyramids rise majestically. Perched atop these pyramids are the pterodactyls, skeletal pterodactyls that breathe fire, their eyes glowing with the knowledge of eons. These pyramids serve as the battleground for a most unusual contest. The bone-covered wizards. At the base of the pyramids, bone-covered wizards sit at monitors, their minds deeply engaged in a game of mental neural temporal computer chess. These wizards, draped in robes made of ancient bones, possess the ability to manipulate time and space through their thoughts. Their opponents are not just other wizards, but also the time-traveling skills of the pterodactyls. The quantum chess battle. The game is made possible by neurotemporal links between wormholes and quantum borrowings, facilitated by the Toxodon trellis grids. These grids, named after the ancient Toxodon, create a network that allows for instantaneous communication and movement across different dimensions. Alan's dream. One night, Alan dreams of this surreal scene. In his dream, he witnesses two giant lobsters wrestling with each other, their claws clashing in a display of raw power. These lobsters, however, are not just fighting. They are also playing mental computer chess against the wizards and the pterodactyls in a three-way battle. The Goblin Greeblies. Around the swirling disc in green space, Goblin Greeblies chant the number 37373737 endlessly. Their voices create a rhythmic beat, and they stomp their feet and pound their fists in unison, adding to the surreal atmosphere. The Greeblies are mischievous creatures, their green skin glowing under the strange light of the void. The climax. As Alan watches this bizarre spectacle, another copy of him appears beside him. This doppelganger, with a weary expression, turns to Alan and says, "I also hate when this happens." The two Alans stand side by side, witnessing the chaos unfold. The battle reaches its climax as the wizards, lobsters, and pterodactyls make their final moves. The air crackles with energy, and the obsidian pyramids resonate with the power of the game. In a dazzling display of light and sound, the contest concludes, leaving the void in a state of eerie calm. The aftermath. Alan wakes up, the dream still vivid in his mind. He ponders the meaning of what he saw, wondering if it was a mere figment of his imagination or a glimpse into another reality. The number 37373737 echoes in his thoughts, a reminder of the strange and wondrous world he had visited in his dreams. The number 37373737 echoes in his thoughts, a reminder of the strange and wondrous world he had visited in his dreams. I hope you enjoyed this fantastical tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. The Lobster Wizard Trio and the Epic Chess Battle. In the mystical void between computer spaces, a new spectacle unfolds. Three lobster wizards, each adorned with shimmering shells and arcane symbols, engage in a fierce wrestling match. Their claws clash and intertwine, creating sparks of magical energy. But this is no ordinary wrestling match. They are also mentally playing computer chess against two formidable opponents, Ellen and Leo on one interface, and a group of ground sloths and bears on another. The glowing antlers and ossicones. Surrounding this chaotic scene, the antlers and ossicones of countless creatures, deer, elk, moose, caribou, giraffes, civatherium, and pronghorns, glow with a heavenly light. These bones, imbued with ancient magic, resonate with the energy of the battle, casting an ethereal glow across the void. The Obsidian Pyramids. High above, the obsidian pyramids stand tall, their surfaces reflecting the light from the glowing antlers. Perched atop these pyramids are skeletal pterodactyls and torosaurus, their bones gleaming under the strange light. These ancient guardians watch over the battle, their presence adding to the surreal atmosphere. The Chess Battle. The lobster wizards, despite their physical struggle, maintain their focus on the chess game. Ellen and Leo, using their combined intellect and the power of their skeletal pterodactyl, strategize against the wizards. On the other interface, the ground sloths and bears, known for their surprising cunning, make their moves with deliberate precision. The climax. As the battle reaches its peak, the glowing antlers and ossicones pulse with increasing intensity. The obsidian pyramids hum with energy, and the skeletal pterodactyls and Torosaurus let out haunting cries. The lobster wizards, Ellen, Leo, the ground sloths, and the bears all make their final moves in the chess game. The resolution. In a dazzling display of light and sound, the game concludes. The void falls silent, and the glowing antlers and ossicones slowly dim. The lobster wizards, exhausted but triumphant, bow to their opponents. Ellen and Leo, along with the ground sloths and bears, acknowledge the wizards' prowess. The aftermath. As the scene fades, the void returns to its usual calm. The obsidian pyramids stand as silent sentinels, and the skeletal pterodactyls and Torosaurus resume their watch. The glowing antlers and ossicones remain as a testament to the epic battle that took place. The glowing antlers and ossicones remain as a testament to the epic battle that took place. I hope you enjoyed this fantastical tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. The life-or-death chess battle against the Wheel of Envy. In the depths of Peru, an ancient artifact known as the Wheel of Envy lay buried for centuries. This mystical wheel, a fragment of a powerful relic, was unearthed by mistake by a group of adventurers. Little did they know, the Wheel of Envy possessed the ability to launch mental attacks using birthday attacks and remain corals, a form of psychic defense. The players. The adventurers, including the lobster wizards, Ellen, Leo, and a group of ground sloths and bears, found themselves trapped in a life-or-death game of computer chess against the Wheel of Envy. The game was played mentally, with each move resonating through their minds and the very fabric of reality. The setting. The battle took place in a surreal landscape where obsidian pyramids stood tall, their surfaces glowing with the light from the antlers and ossicones of deer, elk, moose, caribou, giraffes, civatherium, and pronghorns. Perched atop these pyramids were skeletal pterodactyls and Torosaurus, their bones gleaming under the strange light. The mental attacks. As the game progressed, the Wheel of Envy launched birthday attacks, a form of cryptographic assault that exploited the adventurers' mental patterns. The Remain Corals, psychic constructs created by the wheel, attempted to disrupt their concentration and sow confusion. The battle. Despite the relentless mental assaults, the lobster wizards, Ellen, Leo, and their animal companions fought back with determination. The ground sloths and bears, known for their surprising cunning, made strategic moves that countered the wheel's attacks. Ellen and Leo, using their combined intellect and the power of their skeletal pterodactyl, devised ingenious strategies to outmaneuver the wheel. The climax. The glowing antlers and ossicones pulsed with increasing intensity, and the obsidian pyramids hummed with energy. The skeletal pterodactyls and Torosaurus let out haunting cries, adding to the surreal atmosphere. The adventurers made their final moves, each one a calculated risk in the high-stakes game. The resolution. In a dazzling display of light and sound, the game concluded. The Wheel of Envy, unable to withstand the combined might of the adventurers, shattered into fragments. The void fell silent, and the glowing antlers and ossicones slowly dimmed. The obsidian pyramids stood as silent sentinels, and the skeletal pterodactyls and Torosaurus resumed their watch. Alan's vision. As the scene faded, Alan found himself watching the battle from a distance. Suddenly, another copy of him appeared beside him. This doppelganger, with a weary expression, turned to Alan and said, "I also hate when this happens." The two Allens stood side by side, witnessing the chaos unfold. In the aftermath, Alan pondered the meaning of what he saw, wondering if it was a mere figment of his imagination or a glimpse into another reality. The number 37373737 echoed in his thoughts, a reminder of the strange and wondrous world he had visited in his dreams. The number 37373737 echoed in his thoughts, a reminder of the strange and wondrous world he had visited in his dreams. I hope you enjoyed this fantastical tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. The Cosmic Chinese Checkers Showdown. In the vast expanse of space, where wormholes connect different systems and dimensions, a unique and thrilling game of Chinese checkers unfolds. This isn't just any game, it's played against the Mental Temporal Neural Internet (MTNI), a vast network that links minds and realities across the cosmos. The setting. The game board is a holographic projection, floating in the zero-gravity environment of a space station orbiting a distant star. The pieces, glowing with an ethereal light, represent the player's thoughts and strategies. Each move sends ripples through the MTNI, creating a cascade of neural signals that travel through wormholes, connecting different systems in space. The players. The players are a diverse group of beings from various corners of the universe. Among them are Ellen and Leo, renowned for their strategic brilliance and their ability to think several moves ahead. A group of ground sloths and bears, whose slow and deliberate movements conceal their deep understanding of the game. The lobster wizards, masters of both magic and logic, who use their claws to manipulate the pieces with precision. The MTNI. The MTNI, an advanced neural network, serves as both the opponent and the game master. It processes the player's moves in real time, adapting its strategies based on the collective intelligence of countless minds connected through the wormholes. The MTNI's neural pathways are illuminated by the energy of the wormholes, creating a mesmerizing display of light and color. The game. As the game progresses, the players must navigate not only the complexities of Chinese checkers, but also the challenges posed by the MTNI. The network uses quantum algorithms to predict and counter the players' moves, making the game a true test of mental agility and strategic thinking. The climax. The tension reaches its peak as the players make their final moves. The MTNI, drawing on the collective knowledge of the universe, launches a series of intricate strategies. Ellen and Leo, along with the ground sloths, bears, and lobster wizards, respond with their own brilliant maneuvers. The resolution. In a dazzling display of neural and quantum synchronization, the game concludes. The MTNI acknowledges the player's skill and ingenuity, and the holographic board dissolves into a shower of light. The players, exhausted but exhilarated, share a moment of camaraderie, having experienced a game like no other. The aftermath. As the players drift back to their respective corners of the universe, they carry with them the memories of the epic showdown. The MTNI, ever-evolving, continues to connect minds and realities, ready for the next challenge. The MTNI, ever-evolving, continues to connect minds and realities, ready for the next challenge. I hope you The interdimensional quantum burrowing tunneling fractal dragons. The interdimensional quantum burrowing tunneling fractal dragons are magnificent creatures that traverse the multiverse through intricate fractal patterns. These dragons possess the unique ability to manipulate quantum fields, allowing them to burrow through dimensions and create tunnels that connect distant realms. Their scales shimmer with the colors of the cosmos, reflecting the fractal nature of their existence. The galactic spiraling Civatherium. The galactic spiraling Civatherium are ancient, majestic beings that spiral through the galaxies, their movements creating beautiful cosmic patterns. These creatures, resembling a blend of giraffes and ancient Civatherium, have long, spiraling necks that allow them to navigate the vastness of space with grace and precision. Utilizing the mental temporal neural internet (MTNI). Both the fractal dragons and the spiraling Civatherium utilize the mental temporal neural internet (MTNI) to enhance their abilities and connect with the broader universe. The MTNI is a vast network that links minds and realities across different dimensions, enabling instantaneous communication and information exchange. How they use the MTNI. Navigation and travel. The fractal dragons use the MTNI to map out the safest and most efficient routes through the quantum tunnels they create. By accessing the collective knowledge stored in the MTNI, they can avoid potential dangers and ensure smooth travel between dimensions. The spiraling Civatherium tap into the MTNI to synchronize their movements with the cosmic patterns of the galaxies. This allows them to navigate the vastness of space with unparalleled accuracy, avoiding celestial obstacles and maintaining their elegant spirals. Communication. Both species use the MTNI to communicate with each other and with other beings across the multiverse. The MTNI translates their thoughts into a universal language, enabling seamless interaction regardless of the species or dimension. This communication network also allows them to share vital information about cosmic events, potential threats, and opportunities for exploration. Knowledge and learning. The MTNI serves as a repository of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge knowledge. The fractal dragons and spiraling Civatherium access this vast database to learn about new quantum phenomena, advanced technologies, and the history of the multiverse. By continuously updating their knowledge through the MTNI, they remain at the forefront of interdimensional exploration and cosmic understanding. Coordination and strategy. During critical missions or cosmic events, the fractal dragons and spiraling Civatherium use the MTNI to coordinate their efforts. This ensures that their actions are synchronized and strategically aligned, maximizing their effectiveness in achieving their goals. The MTNI also helps them devise complex strategies for dealing with threats, such as rogue black holes or interdimensional anomalies. The Cosmic Symphony. Together, the fractal dragons and spiraling Civatherium create a cosmic symphony, their movements and actions harmonized through the MTNI. This network not only enhances their individual abilities, but also fosters a sense of unity and cooperation across the multiverse. This network not only enhances their individual abilities, but also fosters a sense of unity and cooperation across the multiverse. I hope you enjoyed this cosmic tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. The Tale of the Centipede Spiders and the Clockmakers. In a world where the skies hold more than just clouds, a strange phenomenon began to unfold. Centipede spiders started raining down from the heavens, their many legs writhing as they descended. The air was filled with an eerie hum, and the ground was soon covered with these bizarre creatures. Alan's awakening. Amidst this surreal scene, Alan woke up with a start. His eyes wide with terror, he screamed, "The clockmakers are coming! The clockmakers are coming! The clockmakers are coming! The clockmakers are coming! The clockmakers are coming!" His voice echoed through the chaos, a warning of an impending threat. The gathering of creatures. As Alan's cries filled the air, a diverse assembly of creatures began to gather. Flamingos and eagles soared through the sky, their wings cutting through the swarm of centipede spiders. The mighty Argentavis magnificens, one of the largest flying birds ever known, joined them, its massive wings casting shadows over the land. On the ground, a parade of ancient and powerful beings emerged. Diprotodon tons, sloth bears, ground sloths, cave bears, and short-faced bears lumbered forward, their presence commanding respect. Alongside them were the majestic stegomastodons, stegodons, steglatrocelidones, piliomastodons, nodiomastodons, cynomastodons, hemimastodons, and maomastodons. The clockmakers. From the horizon, the clockmakers appeared. These enigmatic beings, shrouded in mystery, were known for their ability to manipulate time. Their arrival signaled a shift in the balance of reality, and their intentions were unknown. The creatures, both terrestrial and aerial, prepared for whatever might come. The battle. The sky darkened as the clockmakers approached, their presence causing the centipede spiders to scatter. The flamingos, eagles, and Argentavis magnificens took to the skies, ready to defend their realm. On the ground, the bears, sloths, and mastodons formed a formidable line of defense. The clockmakers, with their intricate mechanisms and time-altering abilities, launched their attack. The creatures fought back with all their might, using their unique strengths to counter the clockmakers' temporal manipulations. The battle was fierce, with the air crackling with energy and the ground shaking under the weight of the combatants. The resolution. As the battle raged on, Alan watched in awe and fear. Suddenly, another copy of him appeared beside him. This doppelganger, with a weary expression, turned to Alan and said, "I also hate when this happens." In a final desperate move, the creatures managed to disrupt the clockmakers' mechanisms, causing them to retreat. The centipede spiders vanished as mysteriously as they had appeared, and the sky cleared once more. The aftermath. The creatures, victorious but exhausted, returned to their respective realms. The flamingos and eagles soared back to their nests, the Argentavis magnificens glided gracefully into the distance, and the ground-dwelling giants lumbered back to their homes. Alan, still shaken, pondered the meaning of what he had witnessed, knowing that the world would never be the same. Alan, still shaken, pondered the meaning of what he had witnessed, knowing that the world would never be the same. I hope you enjoyed this fantastical tale. Feel free to add your own twists and turns to the story. Argentavis magnificens was one of the largest flying birds ever known. They inhabited the Earth 6 million years ago, during the late Miocene. Chapter 2, At the Altar of the Centipede God. In the heart of the ancient forest, where the trees whispered secrets of old, stood the altar of the centipede god. This sacred place was guarded by giant centipedes, their segmented bodies glistening in the dappled sunlight. The air was thick with anticipation as the flying goblins and elephants gathered around the altar, their eyes wide with curiosity and reverence. The gathering. The goblins, armed with electrical pikes and spears, hovered above the ground, their wings buzzing like a swarm of bees. They were joined by talking trash cans with cannons on their sides, ready to shoot trash at any intruders. The wrestling lobsters, still engaged in their mental computer chess against the wizards and pterodactyls, paused to observe the proceedings. The flying mattresses and more. Above the altar, flying mattresses floated lazily, providing a soft perch for the goblins. On the ground, talking pool tables discussed the finer points of billiards, while singing swimming pools harmonized in a beautiful chorus. The grass around the altar produced the sounds of classical string music, creating an enchanting atmosphere. Nearby, laughing bags of rice rolled around, their mirth infectious. The goblins and the greeblies. The goblins, along with their allies, the gribbles and greeblies, engaged in animated discussions about the stock market. They debated the rise and fall of various commodities, their voices blending with the music of the grass. The greeblies, ever curious, also talked about train tracks and ancient trains called mastodons, marveling at the engineering feats of the past. The prophecy and the book. As the gathering continued, an ancient tome known as the Book of the White Moth was brought forth. This book contained prophecies and rituals, including the incoming prophecy of the Golden Ones returning. The goblins and their allies were warned to avoid the ritual of the White Moose, a dangerous ceremony that could bring about untold chaos. The Friendly Man. Among the crowd, a figure known as the Friendly Man moved about, offering smiles and kind words. However, the wise among them knew better. "The Friendly Man is not to be trusted," they whispered. His intentions were shrouded in mystery, and his presence brought an uneasy feeling to those who knew of his true nature. The altar's revelation. As the sun set, casting long shadows over the altar, the centipede god emerged. Its many legs moved with a hypnotic rhythm, and its eyes glowed with ancient wisdom. The gathered creatures fell silent, awaiting the god's message. The centipede god spoke of balance and harmony, urging them to work together to protect their world from the encroaching darkness. The aftermath. With the centipede god's blessing, the creatures dispersed, each carrying a piece of the god's wisdom. The goblins and greeblies continued their discussions, the lobsters resumed their chess match, and the flying mattresses drifted back to their resting places. The Friendly Man, his true intentions still unknown, vanished into the shadows.